The cool part about using other people's gear is you get to play with new toys. So this is the FX3, which so far I'm loving. It's amazing. Having the 12,800 ISO is extremely useful. And then this lens, I've always wanted to try one of Laowa's zero distortion lenses. This is the 15 mil on a full frame, so pretty wide, and it's a f2.0. And what I really like is you can click and declick the aperture. So here it's declicked and now it's clicked. So it's not like I'm using it, rolling it during gimbal shots, but I just like having it declicked. Feels a little bit easier to use. But this is a pretty useful setup, since right now we have no talent here and we are just grabbing shots of the amenities as they're empty. However, I don't like that the sunshade is functional, but when you put it on, it doesn't lock, it doesn't snap. So there was one time where I was moving and it hit, I think someone's shoulders, and it just rolled this off. And this is metal, so made a huge noise on the tile ground. Good sunshade, but poor application for staying on the lens. I finished my shot, so I'm going to help the photo team. I noticed that this logo was not well lit, so I suggested that we point the 60X at it, and it made a huge difference, especially since we can dial in color and intensity to make it the perfect fit for the photo, as if it was practically lit. This isn't my camera, and when I was looking at what media was used, very happy to see it was these tough cards. These are the recommended high-spec media for this camera, but they are crazy expensive. I think $400 for 160 gig, some weird combination like that, but worth it, but expensive. I did a corporate job in vlog 30 where I met a husband and wife photography team. I don't think I filmed them, but they were doing a great job. We exchanged contact info, and while I'm here in the Bahamas, I got a text from them asking about availability. It seems like a project that they are a part of is asking to have a quote for video added. So always good to have the network expanding and just, being great to work with, being nice to people. It always comes back in a positive way. Okay, switching gears. So now we have done a lot of scenes in the resort, which is very family friendly, big pops of color, high energy, and now we are switching to the building across the street, which is the luxury condominiums. So a very different creative approach. These are more exclusive. These might not have kids. These have a much more subdued color palette and styling, and they just want to add a more luxurious feel. So we switched some of our talent out, put new wardrobe on them, and are grabbing this intro lobby scene. And my goal here is to help the DP whenever possible. A lot of time is burned on lower level sets when the DP or director starts adjusting and moving things themselves. So even though on the call sheet I am a DP, I'm more of a swing. I can do this, I can do that, I can do whatever. I have the creative eye, but I'm also an extra pair of hands. From there on, it's just me and him figuring out what is the most efficient way to shoot this, because time is honestly the enemy here. We have so much to shoot, so little time. And funny thing is, in the US, we either work off a 10 or 12-hour day. In the Bahamas, they work off of an 8-hour day, and we did not know that. The first 2 hours of our shoots, the talent is in hair and makeup, so we have a 6-hour day of production. So that was a hurdle that we had to surpass. But anyways, our DP is on the gimbal, and I am providing some fill light that is mobile as the actors walk in. They've already been cued for what to do. I'm trying to stay out of his way, and it takes about 3 or 4 shots. We finally get this right, and then what we've been doing is filming everything in real time, and then we do it again in slow-mo. Personally, I would have liked one of the angles to be a different focal length, but I'm not the DP. So the lead DP had to go upstairs to grab a penthouse shot. This belongs to one of our actors, crimping his clothing. He forgot it, but they asked me to continue shooting the models here, and basically it's yes, I can do it, I can handle it. So I just I created the scene of 2 people having breakfast here or having coffee. We asked for a prop, that coffee cup. The other couple comes in, they say hi, hey, come join us, and they join him right here. So 4 people hanging out. You know, it's not a complicated movement, but you have to be able to act immediately in the sense of being a director, being the lighting, camera. You have to be able to do it all. And this one worked out really well. So we move up to the presidential suite. I saw that these 2 actors weren't doing anything. I pulled them aside. We got a quick shot.
Are you guys ready?
Okay.
Right. Rolling.
And 3, 2, 1, action. Beautiful, beautiful. Keep it. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1, action. And cut. Xavier, we're good in here? Okay.
You guys ready?
Yep.
Rolling. Action.
Cut.
Action. Rolling.
Ready? And 3, 2, 1, action. Beautiful. Come on through. You're looking around, laughing, talking to each other, having a hand grab. Keep going, continue to the door. And cut.
Ready?
This was an interesting lighting setup we have. So there was a guy bowling, and we have the softbox on him. But the people in the background, the people that you guys can see, needed some light on them. So we essentially have 2 layers of lighting happening. The guy in front gets the soft light, the people in back get the hard light, and that way there's equal level on both characters. This is one of the hardest lighting setups we had to do just from a logistics standpoint, is lighting up a dark theater. A theater is dark already, but how do we get the characters to stand out? Well, we are soft lighting them from the front, and then we're having all of the rest of the crew be the background. And then I'm using the 60X with a bare bulb and reflector to outline and backlight the front subjects. So they will pull out from the back. Sure. The rest of the people will get lost in the background. And then for the 200X, we connected it to the app and found this flicker motion. So we mess with the intensity, and it acts as if the movie is playing on their faces. Okay, here we go. In 3, 2, 1, action. Okay, laughing in 3, 2, 1. There we go. Okay, some popcorn. Keep going. All right, laughing in 3, 2, 1. There you go. There you go. Honestly, it sounds extremely cringy, but With this type of action, the direction needs to be extremely clear. And when we're working with clips that are maybe going to be a second to 2 seconds, you have to have everything lined up right after each other. So you have to have the flash pops, which is simulating the TV. You have to have the people laughing. You have to say, grab the popcorn. You have to say, someone take a drink, all in succession.
Oh, fuck, yeah. I thought you were saying this right here.
Nope. So when I was filming some of the talent, I walked backwards into a tree, which stopped my movement, and then the gimbal just smashed my face. So I should have had a spotter. I should have had a PA looking behind me. I didn't think to ask, and that was the consequence. So losing light fast, so we positioned them around the campfire, just close enough to where they are well lit on their faces, but also we have still a little bit of light in the sky, still maintaining that blue color, and it looks great. Remember, we're doing one shot in 24 frames per second, and then once we get it down, then we repeat it in 120 frames per second.
Teardrop,
Ready to
Jess.
call it?
I think we're ready to call it. Wrap
David,
day
you happy?
4.
You got it?
We're wrapped.
As always, I love hearing everybody's suggestions in the comments, so keep them coming.